First of all, thank you, SHM, for this opportunity. And Vivekji, thank you for setting up the context. So, in the time of interest, I will start immediately with my PPT. So, first slide is just about TCI. So, TCI is an old company established in 1958. We have got a good turnover of 4,500 crores. By value, we move 2.5% of India's GDP in our trucks or our trains or by air. Employee strength is almost 6,000 and almost 22,000 outsourced people are working with TCI. TCI has got 1,400 branches across the country, and at any given point of time, 12,000 trucks operate in Indian roads. So now let us see how typically a manufacturing company operates. You will find that there are multiple departments within a single manufacturing company. So I have mapped these main departments within any manufacturing company. Production logistics, which takes care of inbound supply from tier 1, tier 2 supplier. Plant logistics means all the material movement and dock handling within the plant. Then finished good logistics from plant to finished good warehouse, original warehouse, or to the retailers. Aftermarkets, which is setup of supply chain from plant to supplier and then to distributor and to the retailers. Then returnable movements of damages, expired product, or return of pallets, empty bins, etc. If you see, if planning is done for end-to-end supply chain, there can be many synergies within the company itself. Like a truck is coming to the plant with inbound material and go back with finished goods. Likewise, finished goods and aftermarket product can go together to the market. So there can be various collaboration within the company itself. Also, a company can collaborate with other company or industry for reducing supply chain gap and can save a lot of cost. So now see this slide. In this slide on x-axis, we have competency of a company. On north side, you can see the core competency of a company, and south side is the logistics. And now if you see the y-axis, it is timelines. So company can progress from conventional to visionary company if company department within the company, if departments are working in isolation, then they would want service provider to deliver what they want, not how it can be done better. Gradually, we can see company progression towards excellence with real partnership approach and collaboration. In visionary stage, which is on the right side, you can see customer is only focusing on the core area and of course the strategy part of it, and the entire supply chain is done end-to-end collaborative way, which is lean, efficient, qualitative, and best in terms of cost. So this can give you a very good picture of any company that how they can progress from traditional to visionary. Now, by way of all these, one can have a better equilibrium between service level and cost. So now, for broader understanding, here I have mapped these 7 heads as how it will impact in terms of cost or quality. So first point is truck design and fabrication. So truck should be designed and fabricated as per product nature, not whatever design of a truck is available and we are loading that truck. I will share one example. So with one of our client who had 2 product category, one was chocolate and one was gums. So then first we started with chocolate warehouse and we supplied them temperature controlled vehicle for the distribution purpose. While after some time we transitioned their gums warehouse also in the same facility, but the customer asked us to deploy a separate set of truck. Why? Because this gums has got a very strong mint flavor, and those flavor, there were chances of transmitting those flavor into the chocolates. So they asked us a separate set of vehicle for that. Then we thought over it and we modified existing this temperature control truck into chamber vehicle with two separate doors. One was the side door, one was the rear door, and that gave a saving of 35% in their distribution cost. It will not go to all the points. So I will not cover all the 7 points. So in terms of other points, you can see that with good material handling quality, with good green supply chain, like in NCR, there is a very good supply of CNG, and also one can save a lot of cost in terms of the NGT charges, which is being imposed on every truck by Delhi government. So we can support the environment, we can save the cost, better packaging and better route planning. By way of this entire end-to-end collaboration, we can have this kind of a savings in terms of quality and in terms of cost as well. Now coming to the recent trends in cold chain. So energy plays a very vital role in cold supply chain. If you see the broad trend in renewable energy, it is constantly shifting from coal to other resources. As per IEA's report, it says by 2040, solar energy will be contributing almost around 32% of total power generation. So things are really moving very fast in this space. Also, if you see the payback, so on the lower side, on the right-hand side, you can see the payback period of the capex investment. So currently in India, it is 4 to 6 years. If one invests in some kind of a solar power plant, then one can have a complete recovery of investment in 4 to 6 years. Just for broad understanding, I will share some numbers actually. DG cost per unit of energy varies in between rupees 16 to rupees 25 per unit. In commercial category, electricity supply vary between rupees 8 to rupees 12 per unit. Whereas if we see levelized cost means if we take the entire investment of infrastructure during the entire life of that investment, in that case, the wind power, which is at rupees 2 rupees 80 paisa per unit, will become 2 rupees 60 paisa per unit in 2030. Solar power is with 3 hours battery backup, which is currently at around 2 rupees 90 paisa per unit, will become 2 rupees 30 paisa per unit. Here, high capex cost is involved at the start, but if you see the total cost of ownership, it is far, far better than the cost of the energy through the regular resources. So a prediction is also made by Mr. Steiner. He says that by the year 2050, electricity generating industry will no longer be charging for electricity, but they will be simply trying to recover their capex cost. So it is a very good example that how things are moving very fast towards the renewable energy side. And also to put one note on the temperature part of it, in normal, say in terms of air conditioning. So if we reduce temperature by 1 degree, it saves 7% of energy in current scenario. So energy is a very fundamental in terms of cold chain supply. Now there are some other energy trends. If we see the emerging trends in tracking and storage, eutectic technology, which is passive cooling solution, with the help of PCM material, are seen in a lot of discussions nowadays. Currently, it is found workable basically for last mile delivery. In rural area, we see scarcity of temperature controlled storage system. Also, the power is not very consistent in rural area. So at farmland, we can use, so you can see the picture on the right hand side down. So we can have a insulated container with PCM passive cooling plates, where during day solar power can charge these PCM plates, and during night this maintains the temperature. So it will be an independent, self-sufficient system of storage, so that food wastage, what we are talking about today, can be reduced. Now coming to the trend in cold chain, actually it is not a trend but a need of our. In cold chain quality of delivery, the quality of delivery is highly dependent upon the quality of infrastructure one has deployed. With substandard insulation, substandard refrigeration unit, we cannot attain quality deliverables. What is the need of power? And also at the same time, telematics also plays very vital role for monitoring movement, the inventory visibility, and the temperature from end-to-end basis. We are witnessing very high need of traceability of a product also. For example, say while buying a mango box, if there is a QR code on the box, and after scanning, one can see who is the farmer, what is the travel history, what is the storage conditions. This will give a lot of confidence on quality. So, with this, I will rest my presentation. Thank you.